ability to go on public platforms.
Right 100. Oh, I seen that.
Forums and tell on themselves. They just volunteer any and all information to whoever asks that has clout. And honestly, I would say that this is terrible because people keep doing it, but the people that keep doing it are real life criminals. So I can't even take the stance that this is a bad thing. Now, what are we talking about here? Well, we're talking about this guy who goes by the name Unlock, real name Idris Quiba, right? And this guy is like an internet social media page takedown expert, right? And he recently went on No Jumper and he did an interview where he claimed he was making millions of dollars off of celebrities, influencers, dealers, rappers, you name it. He said he was making millions of dollars off of these people, essentially running them through a ban unban process on social media. Now, what does that mean? Well, this dude had a couple of different schemes running.
That boy got a $40,000-$50,000 plain Jane on him.
Delete it, force them to pay him to get the accounts back. He would get their personal information. He would post it online unless they pay ransoms to him. He even went as far as to real life threaten people. He told them that he would shoot them. He told them he would beat them up. What we're talking about is this guy running what could only be described as an extortion racket. And he was running it successfully. Now, I don't know what possessed this guy to decide to go on No Jumper with his face on camera and all and tell people all about how he was doing this, telling them how they could contact him. I mean, just giving them the play-by-play on everything and self-incriminating himself the whole way. Now, this interview came out about 6 months ago, but news just broke that this man has actually been arrested by the FBI in Las Vegas for this scheme. So let's take a look at that No Jumper interview and what exactly he said.
I don't want to like name drop whatever, you know, like I sent you guys ahead of time screenshots and proof of that, but I don't want to like, I won't name drop and say who or what, but
yeah,
like
you should.
Hold on, this nigga done made M's. He wanted to get some fucking clout. What the fuck is wrong with people in this fucking world? What the fuck? Nigga, I'm making M's and I'm trying to get some Instagram clout. You don't take your dumbass on? What the fuck? Nigga, you making M's, you trying to get some clout off No Jumper gang? Man, this nigga dumb as hell. What the hell?
I mean, a bunch of people who I have interviewed in the last year, let's just say, who were buying, fake followers, getting their enemies banned, getting their accounts back, which is obviously that's kind of like the more.
In the interview, he said if he get caught, he just go back to his country.
Common thing.
This nigga is the donkey of the day.
For me to delete their address off of my story, and we're just within those screenshots, there's over $150,000 right there between 3 people.
But when you say paying to get their address deleted off my story, what are you doing? Why are you in the business of extorting people like that, like airing out their privacy and then trying to demand a ransom? That's what you're talking about?
So when you look at it on the surface, 100% what you said is right and sounds right, correct? So it's like for us, when somebody comes to us and they end up in the situation where they're paying us monthly for their account back, right? For me, I have a couple options. It's like I can sit there and keep deleting their account, doing this, that, whatever, and then it's like what's the most valuable thing to you is where you live. What's the most private thing? You're a trapper, you know what I mean? Like you sell. Right. End of the day, as much as anybody that's gonna watch this is gonna hate to hear it, this, that, or the other.
So what he's talking about in that specific part of this interview is he's basically saying that what he would do is he would get people who are trapping, right? He would get their personal information and then he would essentially threaten to post that up online unless they paid him a fee. But this dude had a bunch of schemes he was running. Like I said, he also talks about selling people fake followers. He talks about working with people to get their enemies' accounts taken down, working with the people who got their accounts taken down to get their accounts back. And he goes into great detail about this. So much so that you heard him say that he showed Adam 22 messages where he made $150,000 between 3 people doing this to him. But that isn't where this story ends, because he continues in this interview with the self-incrimination, going on to say that certain people, like influencers and stuff that he knows has regular large sums of money coming in, he'll just charge them monthly. So he'll employ these same kind of tactics against them, except for instead of charging them a one-time fee, he'll say, nah, this is gonna cost you $5,000-$10,000 a month ongoing. Make sure you send that to me and nothing will happen.
So it's like, really, you know, but I mean, what you're describing there though is like, which I think
he wasn't doing that to no rappers unless their ass was green. What the hell? There's no way. There's no way no rappers paying that shit, man. These tough ass niggas. Man.
People think you're particularly sinister
hadn't
as you're
done that
describing,
kind
like
of bullshit.
having someone who doesn't owe you money, but then you decide that you want to get more money out of them, so you start airing out their private details. That's going to strike quite a few people, I think. Is that what you're describing?
No, they were already on a monthly plan.
Okay.
They stopped paying.
Oh, so it's people who do owe you money.
Yeah, it's just you stop paying. You know what I mean? Instead of you paying 10 grand a month, now I'm going to make you pay 50 and put you back to 15 grand a month. It's very simple. You know what I mean? If I don't post again on my social media ever again, ever, I'm going to wake up every month to $600,000. 622. Travis, how much am I allowed to ask? Travis, how much? 620. Can you check 620 what? I feel like I'm doing the feds and the police a favor. I'm giving them
With
less
this
paper.
interview?
No. No, I mean I haven't given them or anybody anything really that, you know, I gave you guys, you know, just enough to like give you an understanding of how that game works, you know.
You gave me enough that I definitely believe you.
I mean,
put it that way.
I sent you screenshots and I sent you proof
Of a bunch of people I know who I was like, you do this?
That's crazy. Going on No Jumper and claiming you're making $600,000 a
This
month from
nigga's
extortion
stupid.
is crazy work. But he was right. He did give us just enough. And you know who else he gave just enough? The feds. Like I said,
fucking
this
feds.
interview was over 6 months ago. Since the day it dropped, the feds have been sitting in their office rubbing their hands together like Birdman, just collecting the evidence. Because he was just arrested by the FBI in Las Vegas because of the things that he said in this No Jumper interview. And again, he was talking extremely reckless.
Instagram and vote, like I'm gonna destroy your life in this, like in every single way possible. Like imagine like you're perma on jury duty.
stupid.
You're getting signed up for the army. Your phone, every phone number that you have is going you can't live anymore. You're gonna set up a payment plan, even if you can only pay fucking $20 a month. You're going to pay. You know, that's one of the few ways that I'll like give you a few examples without me like saying something that's gonna put me in fucking prison.
Right.
You know,
Bitch, you're
How
in
much of a concern
prison.
is that? Because it does strike me that
Your
a
ass
lot
is
of what you're
going to
describing
jail.
Sounds illegal,
His ass
but it
is
also
going
sounds like
to
it would
jail.
be difficult for the
I
government
coulda said this
to make
6
a
months
case
ago.
about, since
Your ass is going to
it'd just be very
jail.
hard to follow the tracks, right?
Everything
His
I'm saying
ass
is just a story.
The level of self-awareness that doesn't exist.
Nigga,
in
he's
this
holding people for
interview is
ransom. He's
mind-blowing.
already going to jail.
I don't even know if it could be called a lack of self-awareness because he seems to be aware that what he's talking about doing is
holding people
illegal,
for
and he
ransom.
seems
He
to be
already going to
aware
jail.
that he's saying this stuff publicly. He just didn't care. This is what it looked like when you get money and you find out that didn't make you happy, so you start chasing something else because according to him, he was making $600,000 a month. That wasn't good enough. No, he had to go get the No Jumper clout, and this is different
He
than a
wanted the No
rapper
Jumper
getting
clout.
up there and saying, you know, oh, I made a song about so and so that I went through, because rap is actually art, right? It could be considered art. What this dude is talking about is not art. This is just crime. And we've seen self-incriminating interviews before, but most of the time,
And he
that's
just
from
said his
people
homie
that
name, so
committed
his
a
homie
crime,
finna go
was
down too.
convicted of the crime, did their
Damn.
time, got out, and so now they can talk about it. This dude was actively running this scheme while he was on here talking about this, like in the present. And that ultimately is probably what led to his downfall, because this article right here says the FBI arrested a man in Las Vegas for allegedly extorting and threatening customers and Instagram influencers as part of an online business to block and unlock social media account. FBI agents arrested Idris Quiba on Monday as part of an investigation that began in April, records say. Now, keep that in mind. They started their investigation of April. He gave that No
Travis,
Jumper
outta there,
interview
gang.
in January. So the investigation started after the No Jumper interview.
only got
Quiba
10K
runs the
views. His
website
ass a
Unlocked
fucking
for
goof
Life and
troop.
uses the names Danny and Unlocked. Officials said that Quiba is a Moroccan national in the country legally, but is not a U.S. citizen. So not only was this dude doing this in America, but he wasn't even an American citizen, man. This is crazy. On multiple occasions through different means, Quiba has stated if he feels any law enforcement pressure or is arrested and makes bail, he will flee back to Morocco and live like a king, the FBI said. They alleged that Quiba outlined an extortion scheme during a podcast in January where he also said that he makes $600,000 a month through his website unlocked for life. Oh, so the FBI officially name dropped No Jumper. And a lot of these podcasters pride themselves on, oh, my interviews have never been used to indict or incriminate anybody. Well, that all changes today. It says during the No Jumper podcast, Quiba described locking victims out of their social media accounts and then charging the victims to unlock the account. Quiba stated he profits by locking victims out of their social media accounts on Instagram and charges the victims to unlock the account. The FBI lists several alleged victims in court documents, including unnamed celebrities and influencers. In one case, a social media influencer inquired about purchasing a username from Quiba. When the influencer did not go through with the purchase, Quiba allegedly threatened the influencer, blocked him, and demanded $10,000 to unlock it. In another case, a businessman paid Quiba $25,000 for a unique Instagram handle. The businessman never received control of the handle, and Quiba demanded $100,000 instead. The man then started receiving threats to shoot or injure his family members and business partners. Yo, that's crazy. It also says earlier this month, a person took out a restraining order against Quiba for similar allegations. Quiba then allegedly sent text messages to the person, including the message, "Cute restraining order. Last I checked, you're still gonna Other allegations included threats and extortion that involved his Las Vegas landlord and a Beverly Hills dentist. He's also being charged with 2 federal counts of interstate communications. Bro has been detained and is currently pending trial, and based on what they were saying, it don't look like he's gonna get bond because apparently he's bragged in the past that he would just leave the country. So bro is locked up and it looked like that's where he's gonna stay at. But it all stemmed from that No Jumper interview that he gave. I'm curious to see if they're gonna play that interview in court. If they do, that would be wild. But at this point, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Anyways, that's basically it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, tap the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. As always, it's been fun rocking with y'all, man. I'm out.